Did the January property market go off with a bang? Let's find out. I'm your local property investigator. Let's jump into all the stats for Irlam, Cadishead and Rixton. There will also be a link in the comment below for a more detailed blog if you fancy a read. The Cadishead property market is off to a flying start in 2025. There are 58 properties for sale, slightly above the 6-year average of 52. New listings have also been busy with 17 hitting the market in January, outpacing the usual 13. Clearly, plenty of homeowners have put sell the house at the top of their New Year's resolutions list. The average asking price sits at £238,235, which works out at £262 per square foot. Over to sales agreed. January saw 14 properties snapped up, exceeding the usual 10, with an average asking price of £238,213. That equates to £249 per square foot, and that is the bit you need to work your value off. Recent sales agreed in January. We sold this lovely 3-bedroom detached on Liverpool Road for £500,000. We sold this lovely 3-bedroom semi-detached on the 𝐏𝐫𝒏𝙪 development. This was sold off market using our matchmaker scheme. This one was £250,000. This 3-bedroom semi on Lancaster Road, a 3-bedroom semi with conservatory at £250,000. And Woodbine Avenue in Cadishead, this 3-bedroom semi was £215,000. Elsewhere in the market, there were 8 price corrections, up from the usual 5, 3 withdrawn properties, on par with the average, and 3 fall-throughs, slightly above the norm of 2. In conclusion, Cadished's property market had a busy and energetic start to the year, more listings, more sales, and only few bumps along the way. It's shaping up to be a competitive market, so buyers need to be quick, and sellers, well, pricing it right is still key. On to the Irlam property market update. Irlam is holding steady with 77 properties for sale, exactly in line with the 6-year average. How strange. Irlam doesn't do unpredictability. New listings were a touch lower at 15 compared to the usual 18, suggesting some sellers are still shaking off the post-Christmas slump. The average asking price is £238,331, equating to £276 per square foot. Over on the sales side, January was a strong month with 22 properties agreed, slightly above the 6-year average of 20, and the average asking price of those sold properties was £263,043. That works out at £290 per square foot, and that's what you use to work out your valuations. Recent sales agreed in January. We sold this lovely 3-bedroom semi-detached on Loughlan's Lane, very sought after, went really quickly. That was £240,000. Next up, we sold this 3-bedroom detached on the Pasture Green development on Grazing Drive. This was £280,000. In other market activity, 10 price corrections were made, just above the 6-year average of 9, while 3 properties were withdrawn compared to the average of 5. However, 7 sales fell through, which is higher than the usual 3. Perhaps some buyers got cold feet or just spent too much in the January sales. In conclusion, Irlam's property market is ticking on nicely. More sales than usual, stable asking prices and just a few wobbles with fall-throughs. Buyers are still out in force, so if you're selling, now's a great time to make sure your home stands out. Next up is the Rixton property market. This actually covers WA36, so that incorporates some of Loughton as well. The WA36 postcode is keeping estate agents on their toes. There are 59 properties for sale, with 13 new listings added in January. The average asking price for these was £262,692. That equates to £297 per square foot. Sales activity has been strong, with 13 properties going under offer, ahead of the 6-year average of 11. The average asking price for agreed sales was £261,538, working out at £289 per square foot, and that's what you work your valuations from. Recent sales we agreed in January. We sold this beautiful boutique 4-bedroom home on Manchester Road. This was advertised for £450,000. Then there was this 4-bedroom home on Marshbrook Close in Rixton. This was on the market for £325,000. That went under offer after it was previously on the market for a good few months with another agent. And elsewhere, there were 9 price reductions, up from the average of 7. There were 2 withdrawn properties below the usual 3, and just 1 fall through compared to the 6-year average of 2. So not too many broken hearts this month. In conclusion, the WA3 market is showing resilience with solid sales and only a handful of price adjustments. With demand still strong, now's a great time for sellers to take advantage. Just make sure that price is right to attract those eager buyers. The UK property market has begun 2025 with cautious optimism, and the various statistics from a variety of sources looking at all things such as transactions, new listings, properties for sale, sales agreed, and mortgage approvals is indicating a positive outlook for the rest of the year. While some buyers will be rushing to beat the stamp duty deadline now, the window for guaranteeing completion before the stamp duty changes come into place is rapidly closing in, so act fast. The strong end of year performance and momentum in the property market has most definitely spilled over from 2024 into 2025 with an increase in supply and demand, despite some softening in consumer confidence over the economic outlook. However, consumer confidence is definitely higher than it was a couple of years ago, with demand 26% higher than at the start of 2023, according to Zoopla. And I think this highlights that whilst there are still challenges with affordability, the market has adjusted to economic challenges. Inflation dropped surprisingly to 2.5% in December, and meant the annual average for 2024 ended up at 2.53%, compared to 7.3% in 23 and 9.07% in 2022. The 10-year average for inflation is 2.98%, and it was 4% in December 2023. The return of inflation to more normal levels has meant the base rate and mortgage rates have come down ever so slightly, and this has supported an increase in positive sentiment, market activity, house prices, mortgage approvals and completed transactions. If I can help any of you with a current market valuation, please get in touch. You can email, ring, WhatsApp or direct message me on social media anytime. Have a great 2025 everyone, and make sure you give that special person a Valentine's card.